No one talks about this, but the more successful you actually become, the lonelier it gets. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how I changed that and how you can too. They say that over 70% of male entrepreneurs report chronic loneliness. It's killing performance, relationships, and fulfillment. You're having to work so hard and put so many hours into building your business from scratch or trying to get a promotion to get to the top of your company. Because you're putting the time in, you're sacrificing your social life, you're sacrificing your health, you're sacrificing your relationships, which ends up meaning that you become quite isolated. I certainly felt this problem when I was working at Google and I was building my business on the side. I knew that I had to put the hours in the evening, which meant I wasn't going out as much. I couldn't speak on the phone with the people I loved and my friends. I had to do 3, 4, 5 hours after work, and work would finish at 6 p.m. So I'd go to bed at 11 p.m. dead, exhausted, with no creativity left in me. It came at the cost of my relationships. At the time, I was with a beautiful Irish girlfriend, and I told her, babe, I'm just interested in making a ton of money and building my business. I can't keep taking you out. I can't show you much attention. I have to direct all my attention to this work. And I ended up breaking up with her. Now, there's a hidden cost to loneliness. It actually lowers your testosterone. When you're lonely, that depletes your drive to succeed because it feels like you're climbing that mountain alone. No one really wants to climb Everest alone because that's a dangerous feat. There's a mindset shift that needs to occur. Brotherhood isn't a weakness. It's a strength and it's a power. Since I started building my brotherhood and my network of friends post the success of my business, I started to realize I didn't have to do this all alone. How do you go about building this brotherhood? Well, the first thing I'd say is that proximity is your power. You ought to go where other high caliber men tend to gather. These are high-end gyms, masterminds, events. If you attend these sorts of things on the weekend, you're likely to bump into other people who are also just as ambitious as you are. The second thing is that you need to lead with value if you want to create these high value friendships. Don't just network, actually connect with these people. Share wins, invite them into your life, invite them into your project. You don't need to give them every little detail, but you can open up about what you're doing and where you need help. And in that sense, you also want to be able to offer value to others because you're saying, here's my business, here's how I'm making money, here's what I'm building. Do you want to help me? Do you want a piece of this pie? People love when others open up about their business, so don't be shy. The third thing is you need to cut low energy friendships. You don't owe comfort to anyone, and it's okay to walk away from low value friendships, especially when you're first starting out and building your business. You barely have time for yourself, so you definitely don't want to offer time to people who are engaged in low value activities. The fourth thing is you need to build rituals, working out 3, 4 times a week, doing a cold plunge, going to some sort of networking or dinner clubs. Brotherhood needs a rhythm, and you need to have some momentum throughout the week. You know, you go to the gym on these days. You meet your friend for a walk at Wednesday at 7 p.m. On Saturday, you'll go for a run at 9 in the morning with other entrepreneurs. You need to have some sort of routine with your other brothers and instilled habits that will make all of you stronger as a collective. The fifth and final thing, and the most important, is be the man that you actually want to be around. Have a level of integrity, vision, drive, and openness. If you're the man that you want to be friends with, then you'll find other men will actually want to open up to you and be vulnerable and be friends with you. If you think this video really hit home with you, then start building that network. Drop a comment here if you've ever felt this isolation and you're ready to change it.